riding toward the house from the barn. Eli was younger than Aaron's dad, probably not yet 50, hale and vigorous. He wasn't one to stand back and see a problem without wanting to do something about it. "Aaron." Eli raised a hand in greeting, but his usual quick smile was missing. "You boys had a long day today, with the fire at the Everly place this morning and another one at Morrison's this afternoon. How bad was it?" Aaron shrugged. "Just a small equipment shed at Tom Morrison's, and he was able to get his mower and garden tractor out before we arrived with the truck. Good thing, too." Tension seized the back of his neck at the memory. Our equipment started giving us trouble right away. We were lucky to keep the fire under control. Eli studied his face for a long moment. "That's bad news. All the will in the world won't help fight a fire if your gear isn't in shape." "It's old, that's all." They turned, walking toward the farmhouse together. "We can't afford new, a small volunteer company like ours. The chief nearly had to call in the surrounding fire companies for help today." The worry rode Aaron like a weight on his shoulders. The surrounding townships had small volunteer companies like theirs. 2 fires in one day would be a strain on any of them. "You want to come in?" Eli jerked his head toward the kitchen door. "Hannah's got some coffee in the pot and a fresh-baked peach pie." Aaron's smile flickered. It would be a rare day when Hannah Bitler didn't have something baked fresh, the way those boys of theirs ate. "Dengue, but it may be best we talk out here where the others won't hear. The fact is, there was no good reason for either of those fires to start." Eli nodded slowly. "I figured that was in your mind." "It's certain sure been in mine since our Sarah came back with the story of the barn on the Everly property burning. No reason, and 2 fires so close together in one day has to mean someone started them, I'd think." Eli looked toward his own barn. His oldest boy, Jonah Michael, usually known as Johnny, seemed to be teaching little Noah how to drive the pony cart, while Thomas sat on the paddock fence to watch. "I remember the last time it happened. Years ago it was, but they never caught the guy." Aaron had been just a boy then, but he'd taken turns with Dat, standing watch, starting at every sound in the dark. "There's more able-bodied men around here now, at least," Eli said, sounding determined to put the best face possible on bad news. "You and your brother and your dat, plus me and the Whitings." He nodded toward the next farm beyond the Bitler place, where Nick Whiting lived with his parents and Nick's small son. "I'm thinking we'll leave the dogs loose at night from now on. They'll give an alarm fast enough." "If they're not off chasing a deer." Eli must have more faith in his dogs than Aaron did. "Jonah and I will take turns walking around a couple of times a night. Maybe get Nick Whiting to switch off with us." "You can count on me, too." Eli glanced down the lane at the sound of buggy wheels. "Here comes Sarah. If we're not careful, we'll have her wanting to join us." His eyes twinkled. "I hear you scolded her for getting too close to that burning barn this morning." Aaron grinned. "She put me in my place pretty fast. Sarah might be quiet, but she's got a mind of her own." The buggy drew up next to the porch, and Sarah's gaze went from him to her father. "What are the 2 of you conspiring about?" she asked. "You look like you're sharing secrets." "Just talking about the fires," Eli said quickly. "Your brother will put the mare away for you," he added as Thomas came running up, obviously eager to be trusted with the job. "Right. Dengue, Thomas." She hopped down lightly before anyone could move to offer her a hand, making Aaron smile again. Sarah was still as slim and active as she'd been when she was a young girl. He had a sudden vivid image of her chasing after him in some game they'd been playing, her braids coming loose and trailing out behind her. Her fair hair was smoothed back from a center part now, fastened in a thick bun under her snowy white prayer covering. No one outside family or a spouse would see it loose again, and he found himself wondering how it would look. "What are folks in town saying about the fires?"